Before Luffy lost his brother, before the world learned the son of the Pirate King could bleed, there was a boy who asked only one question: did I deserve to be born? This is the story of Portgas D. Ace, the unsung hero who burned brightest just before the flame went out.
Portgas D. Ace was born with a death sentence, not because of what he did, but because of who his father was. Gold D. Roger, the Pirate King, the man who turned the world upside down with a smile and a treasure no one could find. But Roger left something behind, a son, hidden, hunted, hated. Ace's mother, Portgas D. Rouge, held him in her womb for 20 months, defying nature itself just to keep him safe from the Marines one more day. She died the moment he was born. Her last words? His name is Ace. Let him live free. But freedom? That's not something the world gives to the son of a king. Growing up in the Goa Kingdom, Ace learned early, people don't see you, they see your bloodline. And bloodlines, in One Piece, are curses you can't outrun. So Ace made a choice. If the world wanted to call him a demon, he'd become one. Fists, fire, fury. He fought like every punch could erase the name Gold D. Roger from his veins. But here's the truth no one tells you about Ace's story. He wasn't running from his father. He was running from the question that haunted him every single night. And that question, it would follow him all the way to Marineford.
Then came the brothers. Sabo, the runaway noble who chose freedom over gold. Luffy, the reckless kid who wouldn't stop following Ace no matter how many times he got knocked down. At first, Ace wanted nothing to do with them, especially Luffy, that annoying brat who smiled too much, cried too loud, and refused to give up. But something changed. Out there in the wild, stealing food, fighting pirates, building a treehouse from Minecraft oak logs, Ace felt it, belonging. For the first time in his life, someone wanted him around. Not because of Roger, not because of prophecy, just because. They made a pact. 3 cups of sake, 3 promises. One day, we'll set sail. We'll be free. We'll be pirates. And for Ace, that pact was everything. It was proof that maybe, just maybe, his life had meaning beyond his father's shadow. But the world doesn't let dreams survive that easily. Sabo died trying to escape the Goa Kingdom, or so they thought. And suddenly, Ace wasn't just carrying his own burden anymore. He was carrying Sabo's dream, Luffy's hope. He had to live for all 3 of them. At 17, Ace set sail. His goal? Kill Whitebeard, prove himself, erase the legacy of Roger by taking down the strongest man in the world. But Whitebeard didn't die that day. Instead, something happened that Ace never expected. After the 100th assassination attempt, after Ace collapsed from exhaustion, fists bloody, pride shattered, Whitebeard looked down at him and smiled. Become my son. Those 3 words broke something inside Ace, because no one, not Garp, not the world, not even himself, had ever called him son without flinching. Whitebeard didn't care about bloodlines. He didn't care that Ace carried Roger's name. To him, Ace was just Ace. And for the first time since his mother died, Ace felt it again. Home. The Whitebeard pirates became his family. Marco, Jozu, Thatch, they weren't just crewmates, they were brothers. And Whitebeard? He was the father Ace never had. Ace stopped asking if he deserved to be bored, because Whitebeard answered it every single day just by letting him stay. But here's the tragedy of Ace's story in One Piece. The moment you find something worth protecting, that's when the world takes it away. Ace etched Whitebeard's symbol onto his back,
Not because he had to, but because for the first time in his life, he chose his family. And he'd die before he let anyone hurt them. Which is exactly what happened. Marshall D. Teach, Blackbeard, the man who shattered everything. Thatch, the 4th Division commander, found a devil fruit, the Yami Yami no Mi, the darkness fruit. The one fruit Blackbeard had been searching for his entire life. So, he killed him. Thatch, a brother, a friend, murdered in cold blood by someone who smiled at their table just hours before. And Ace, he couldn't let it go. Whitebeard ordered him to stay. Marco begged him to stop. Even the crew, people who'd follow Ace into hell, told him it wasn't worth it. But Ace didn't listen, because to him, this wasn't about revenge. It was about honor. If he let Blackbeard walk away, what did that say about the Whitebeard pirates? What did that say about family? So Ace went hunting, alone, through Minecraft deserts, across oceans, into the darkness itself. And when he finally found Blackbeard, he lost. Not because he was weak, but because Blackbeard's darkness fruit was the one thing fire couldn't burn. Ace fought with everything he had: Hyken, Enjamo, flames that could melt Minecraft stone. But darkness swallows all light. And when the fight ended, Ace was in chains. Blackbeard dragged him to the Marines, traded him like currency. And the world government? They smiled, because they finally had him, the son of Gold D. Roger. And just like that, the world prepared for the greatest execution in history. But they didn't know one thing. Whitebeard was coming. Marineford, the war of the best, the moment that changed One Piece forever. The Marines gathered their strongest, 3 admirals, Akainu, Kizaru, Aokiji, the 7 warlords, 100,000 soldiers, all for one execution. Portgas D. Ace, son of Gold D. Roger, would die in front of the world. But Whitebeard had other plans. He came, not with an army, not with strategy, but with love. Whitebeard brought his sons, every single one. Marco, Jozu, Vista, pirates who die for their family. And they all came for Ace. The war began with a single question from Whitebeard: is Ace worth saving? And 43 ships answered as one: yes. The battle was chaos. Minecraft ice froze the ocean. Lasers carved through stone. Whitebeard's quakes split the earth itself. And through it all, Ace sat chained on the execution platform, screaming one thing: stop! Don't die for me! But they didn't stop, because to them, Ace wasn't Roger's son, he was their brother. Luffy crashed into Marineford like a Minecraft wrecking ball. No plan, no power, just a promise. I'm saving Ace. And somehow, against warlords, admirals, and the entire Marine force, they did it. The chains shattered. Ace was free. For one perfect moment, the rise of Portgas D. Ace was complete. But freedom doesn't mean survival. And Akainu wasn't done. They were escaping. Ace and Luffy, brothers side by side, running toward the Minecraft ocean where the Whitebeard pirates waited. And then Akainu said it. Whitebeard is a loser from a loser era. 5 words, that's all it took, because Ace stopped running. People call this Ace's mistake, his fatal flaw, pride, recklessness, a stupid decision that got him killed. But they're wrong. This wasn't about pride. This was about love. Whitebeard gave Ace everything: a name, a family, a reason to live. And Akainu, this man dripping with magma and malice, dared to call that love worthless? Ace couldn't let it stand, not because he was reckless, but because some things are worth dying for. So he turned back. Fire versus magma. In Minecraft animation, it's beautiful. In reality, it's slaughter. Magma burns hotter than flame, and Akainu's fist, molten, merciless, came straight for Luffy's heart. Luffy couldn't move, couldn't breathe. The boy who'd fought so hard to save his brother was about to die in front of him. And Ace made his final choice. He didn't think, didn't hesitate. He just moved. Akainu's fist went through Ace's chest, through his Minecraft torso, through his heart. And in that moment, Portgas D. Ace, the son of Roger, the brother of Luffy, the unsung hero of the Whitebeard pirates, fell. His last words weren't about regret, weren't about his father, weren't even about dying. They were about gratitude. "Thank you for loving me." That's what Ace said. To Whitebeard, to Luffy, to everyone who made him believe his life had meaning. And then, the flame went out. People say Ace died for nothing, that Marineford was a failure, that his death was meaningless. But they're wrong. Ace's death wasn't the end, it was the spark. Luffy shattered after Marineford. The boy who never stopped smiling broke. He screamed until his Minecraft lungs gave out. He lost himself in grief so deep, even Boa Hancock couldn't reach him. But then Jinbei said something that changed everything. "What do you still have left?" And Luffy remembered. His crew, his dream, his promise to Ace. Ace's death pushed Luffy to become stronger, not just physically, but emotionally. He learned hockey. He learned when to fight and when to run. He learned that strength without strategy gets people killed. Everything Luffy became after Marineford, Gear 4th, Conqueror's hockey coding, even Gear 5th, exists because Ace died protecting him. The rise and fall of Portgas D. Ace in One Piece isn't a tragedy, it's a legacy. And when Sabo returned, alive, impossibly alive, and ate Ace's devil fruit during the Dressrosa arc, the flame was reborn. Ace's fire didn't die, it just found a new wielder, a new protector for Luffy. Because that's what Ace's story was always about: protection, love, sacrifice. The Marineford War in Minecraft animation shows us the spectacle, the explosions, the battles, the chaos. But the real war, it was always internal. Ace fought his entire life against one question: did I deserve to be born? And in his final moment, standing between Akainu's fist and Luffy's heart, he finally answered it. Yes, because love is proof that your life matters. Today, Ace's grave rests somewhere in the New World, marked by his hat, his knife, his memory. Luffy doesn't talk about him much anymore, not because he forgot, but because the pain is still there, pixelated and permanent, like a Minecraft scar that never fades. But Ace's influence, it's everywhere. Every time Luffy protects his crew, every time Sabo uses the Meta no Mi to fight for freedom, every time a fan watches the Marineford arc and cries, Ace is there. Because the unsung hero of One Piece isn't the one who lived longest, it's the one who showed us what it means to die for something greater than yourself. Portgas D. Ace, the boy who asked if he deserved to be born, the brother who fought to protect his family, the son who chose love over bloodline. His story, told through Minecraft animation, through tears, through the weight of every block placed in his memory, reminds us why One Piece is more than just a story about pirates. It's about what we leave behind. And Ace, he left everything. Thank you for loving him. Thank you for remembering. Because as long as we do, the flame never truly dies. This was the rise and fall of Portgas D. Ace, a Minecraft storytelling tribute to One Piece's most tragic hero. If this story moved you, hit that like button. Subscribe for more anime stories brought to life in Minecraft animation. And drop a comment. What's your favorite Ace moment? Because legends like Ace don't fade. They burn eternal. One block, one flame, one memory at a time. See you in the next story, pirate.